here from Skyline Papery, and today I'm going to be doing a product review on a new stamp set that I just ordered from Simon Says Stamp. I do quite a bit of shopping over at simonsaysstamp.com. They have $5 shipping to Canada, which is amazing. It's way cheaper than most of the online stores that I shop at. So I put in quite a few orders from them, and they have all kinds of different products, mostly stamping supplies and stamps, but they do have some other scrapbooking and paper crafting goodies. And they also have their own line of stamps and dies called Simon Says Stamp. So it can get a little confusing. There's Simon Says Stamp the store and Simon Says Stamp the product. And today I'm going to be working with and reviewing Simon Says Stamp the product. And before I begin, I just want to say that this video is not sponsored by Simon Says Stamp in any way. These are products that I purchased and paid for myself, and I'm not being compensated for this review. So I'll get to my new stamp set in just a moment, but first I wanted to show you two other sets that I have by Simon Says Stamp. This is the first one that I ordered. It's called the U set, and the product number for this is, let's see here. Oh, it's not there. Oh, here it is at the top. It's SS101211. And this stamp set is great for card makers. You've got 5 different stamps here that say U in different fonts, and then you can mix and match them with the sentiments that are on the left here. There's "You are a wonderful friend," "You will do amazing things," "You are loved," "You are blessed," "You will be missed," etc. So I really love that you can mix and match them. They're great for cards. And this is a card that I made using that stamp set. As you can see, I used the cursive font for the U, and then I paired it with the Make Me Smile, which is why it's a bit dark. I inked that, and it stained the stamp. So that's the card that I made using that stamp set. And then the next one that I have here is called Stinking Cute, and it is so cute. Look at that. And the product number for this is SSS101326. And when I saw this, I knew I had to have it. It is so cute. It's got that really cute skunk in the middle, and then these great sentiments. This stinks, life stinks, sometimes life stinks. Stinking cute, of course, at the top. And this is a card that I made using that stamp set. I colored in the skunk with a black Sharpie. And so if you want more information on these cards, you can just go over to my blog. I did do a blog post for both of those cards. Okay, so a few weeks ago I put in a pretty big order with Simon Says Stamp, and I got a ton of new stuff, including this super fun stamp set. This one is called Naughty Nautical, and the product number is SSS101348. And this set was part of their big Stamptember release last month, and as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to have it. It's got Fun Boat, and then Oh Ship, I Forgot Your Birthday, which I think is hysterical. Hope It Was Awesome, Forgive Me, and then there's a smaller Oh Ship. I Like People Who Cuss Like Pirates Are. Probably won't use that one as much, but that's okay. So all of these stamp sets measure 3 by 4, and they're also clear stamps, which means that you have to use them with an acrylic block. And I'm kind of assuming that everyone knows about stamping with clear products, clear stamps, but just in case you don't, you take your clear stamp and you need to get an acrylic block like this one. And it's dirty because I've been inking it and playing around with it quite a bit. And it's by Stampendous. You can't really see that there, but Stampendous is the brand name for this particular block. And they're quite easy to use. All you do is you take them out of the package, and then you peel it off, and you just stick it down onto your acrylic block like that. And then you ink it, and once it's been inked, it is ready to stamp. And that's really all there is to it. So if you want a tutorial, leave a comment below in the comments box, and I'll try to put together a video on stamping with clear stamps. So let's go ahead and head over to my scrapbook room and get started on a card with this new set. Okay, so let's get started on this card. I have gone ahead and pulled out all my products that I want to use. So they're all here. Obviously, I'm going to be using the Naughty Nautical stamp set by Simon Says Stamp. got a white tag, Versamark ink, Hero Arts ink, acrylic block, a craft card base, the 6x6 paper pad from the Atlantic collection by Studio Calico. I have some navy blue embossing powder by American Crafts, my embossing machine, my heat gun, and Distress Stickles by Tim Holtz. So I'm going to go ahead and choose my paper. I'm going to be working with this paper by Studio Calico with the anchors. And I know that I want to put that tag on top of the anchor background. I think that looks nice. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp and emboss that ship. So I'm just going to peel it off here. And I just want to make sure that the size will fit. Yep, that'll work. And I'm going to stick it onto my acrylic block. There we go. So now I'm going to use my Versamark ink, which is basically just a clear ink that's extremely sticky. And it's perfect for embossing because it causes the powder to stick to it, but it doesn't leave any kind of imprint. And I'm going to stamp that down onto my tag. Press hard, pull it off. So it doesn't look like it's stamped anything, but it has. The image has actually been stamped clear onto that tag. And so now I'm just going to get my embossing powder and pour that on. And always put a paper underneath what you're embossing so that you don't waste any powder. Just, there we go. And see, told you it's stamped. Okay, so I realize here that I have a little bit of leftover powder that's stuck on my tag. So I'm just going to use a trick that I recently learned from Christina Werner. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. She just did a video and she made a mistake like this on her card, and she just went and grabbed a paintbrush and just brushed it off. And I was like shocked that she did this because I had no idea you could just brush off embossing powder. So I'm just going to go ahead and brush off that excess embossing powder. And there we go. My image is stamped and almost embossed. Just going to pour the rest of that powder back into the jar. So that's why you always want to use the paper so you don't waste the powder. And now I'm going to go ahead and grab my heat gun, my embossing gun, and I'm turning it on. Now I'm doing this voiceover after my card has been completed and stuff, so I've turned off the volume of the actual video so that you can hear this voiceover. But in the actual video, this machine, this heat gun or heat embossing machine, whatever you want to call it, is really loud. And so it sounds completely silent here in the video because I've turned off the volume, but in real life it makes quite a bit of noise. It's kind of like a blow dryer. And there we go, my tag is now embossed. Basically the powder is just melted and it will stay in place. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the sentiment. And I'm going to do the "Oh ship, I forgot your birthday," just because I think that's really funny. And I didn't realize when I bought the stamp set, but that "Oh ship" are two separate stamps, the O and the ship. They're two different stamps, which is super cool. And so I'm just lining those up on my block here. And then the next sentiment is the "I forgot your birthday." So I'm putting that there. And I'm just going to see, nope, that's not quite straight, so I'm going to redo it. The great thing about clear stamps is that they really allow you to see exactly where you're going to be stamping and what it will look like when it's down on the paper or on the cardstock. So now I'm going to grab my navy ink pad by Hero Arts, and I'm just going to ink that up. It's taking me a few tries to get the stamp completely inked, but now it's good to go, and I'm going to press that down, and there we go. Now the sentiment is on the tag. And I'm super happy with how this is looking. They stamp really, really well. So now that my tag's pretty much done, I can go ahead and get started on the actual card base. So I'm just using this craft card, pre-folded card that I got at Michael's in a pack of 50. They also have them in white and ivory, but I just went with the craft for this particular card. And I'm going to figure out where I want my paper. Grab a pen and mark it off here so I know where to cut. And now I'm going to grab my trimmer by Fiskars and just trim that pattern paper down to size. I like to always leave a bit of a border on my cards. I like the card base to kind of show through. So it's not exactly 4 by 6 when I cut the pattern paper. You can see I like it to have that edge around the edge of the craft. And now I'm going to take my Teresa Collins adhesive. And if you want me to do a review on this, just leave a comment below and let me know. I was debating between whether to do a video review on this adhesive runner, because this is also a new product for me, or whether to do it on the Simon Says stamp sets. So obviously Simon Says Stamp won. That's what I decided to go with. But if you would like to see my thoughts on the Teresa Collins adhesive, just let me know and I'll do another product review video on that. Okay, so I'm going to stick my tag down, and I've decided I want it to kind of have a bit of dimension. So I'm just grabbing my, my foam, my 3D foam, which I keep in a Ziploc bag. I have all different sizes and shapes of foam in that bag. And I'm just pulling off some squares. Stick those down on the back. And this will just cause the tag to be popped up off the page, off the card. And I just think it looks nicer. And you can't really see a difference, I guess, in the video, but in person it just looks nicer to have that dimension. And I'm going to put it on an angle. So I'm just peeling off the back of that tape, the foam, and the foam adhesive, and sticking it down. And I think I got ink on my hands. You can't see it in the video, but there was a little bit of blue ink on that tag, so I was just trying to figure out if I'd gotten it on my hands. And I'm just going to finish it off with a twine bow, and then I'm going to be good to go. So that's what it looks like when it's done. As you can see, it stamps really well, it embosses really well, and they just look great on cards. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope that you found this video informative, and if there are specific products that you want me to review, or if you have any specific questions, just leave a comment below and I will get back to you. Feel free to visit my blog, skylinepapery.blogspot.com, for more inspiration. Thanks for watching.